Alright, hey everybody. Hope your day's going well so far. Mine is, so it's always good to see. Yeah, I guess let's just get right to it. Now, let's see, so yesterday, right, we had gotten to here, and you can select somewhere to move. Okay, so that's all good. So what we really need to do is, before we go any further, is kind of make all that code aware of the server. So we'll take a quick detour into netcode before we go back to the turn. And one thing I want to do here is, it already has a server face, but it probably, so we won't need to make just a separate message just for the play phase. I think we'll just have it return both at the same time. And in order to do that, we need to move this out of that namespace. Okay, and then this is the main phase. Okay, so what's... Okay, this enumeration, I guess, is not public. And then all we have to do here is just get the other state machine for the play phase, and we'll be good to go. Okay, that's how it's all set up, and so then we just type equals server play phase. Okay, so now we might as well make something here in the client to help synchronizing this. Okay, so I guess let's call this server phase sync. This will be another global component. And what this object will do is it will hold the most recent values from the server message, and also allow the game to advance the values. Basically, if because if we're in sync with the server, then we don't need to ask the server all the time for the server phase, because we'll know when it changes. But basically, we'll just need to ask if we disconnect. And then private. Okay, and what else would this have? Probably a message. I don't know, I guess on change, and maybe another message on synchronize, and then private So probably should also have an enumeration here for if we've just synchronized these phases with the server, or if we have guessed that it's advanced. So let's see. Synchronize, and then I guess isn't really the right word because we do know for sure what the state is, but I guess that just means we didn't get it directly from a server. Okay, so on change. And then we'll register ourselves into the game components. Okay, so int global components. Okay. And I guess we'll add some accessors here. But you can't change them anytime. Alright, so if you change the main phase, let's see. Maybe we should even throw an error. Yeah, if the state equals unknown, we shouldn't be able to set the phase because we need to synchronize with the server first. Okay, and then if main phase does not equal play, then we'd also set the play phase to 0 here. Then we call on change, and we'd set the state to guest. Actually, I can copy this whole thing because it'll be about the same for the play phase, except we won't care about that code. Oh wait, I just deleted it, didn't I? There we go. And then on change send. Oh, I guess we should change the state before we send the message, actually. Oh, yeah, there, that's right. And okay, so that's good. And now we need a function to, I guess, synchronize. Which would get the phase from the server. This is pretty simple. Client, send message. Okay, so what is it? Request phase, and then we just send an empty message. And now, okay, so if we're synchronizing, then I guess we should set the states to unknown, probably. Okay, so, alright, we need to have a function to respond to the messages from the server. So we just register a handler to the server request phase, which is a response back from the server, and let's just call this on received response. So now the game will call this function for us when we receive a response from the server. So we need to get the server phase message. And if message does not equal null. And also, we only care about this if the state is currently unknown. So if the message does not equal null, then that means that it was not corrupted, so we can copy the values out of it. And then state now equals synchronized, and we can call onSynchronize and also onChange. I guess one other thing I should do is just to make sure things stay consistent. Okay, I think that's all I have to do here. And basically the reason we need to do that is because let's not get ahead of myself. First, let's create this object here. So now that's all ready. But in the turn, the connection phase, as you can see we have this get phase, which I guess maybe we should change to get server phase so it's a little more explicit. But right here in the connection manager, when we're trying to reconnect from the server, we would call that get server phase. Okay, so we can see right here. Let's go ahead and get that server phase sync. Controller, game, components, get. And global component, server. There we go. And really right here, if server is dot state equals unknown, then we'd want to synchronize right now. And then all we'd have to call is this we call the server phase synchronize. And then also, of course, here we need to register for the on synchronize message, or sorry, subscribe. So on phase sync. Okay, and one other thing I want to do actually is the server phase synchronizer would change its state to unknown whenever we first connect. So how do I do that? connection watcher. So what's it complain to me about? Oh right, doesn't need that second argument. And then we call connection state, enter, subscribe on connection change. Oh, forgot the listener. Oh, they can stay there. State. So if state does not equal int. Oh wait, no, we want to make sure it's equal because it's only when we first connect we change this synchronized to unknown. Right. Trying to think if this would ever cause any problems. I don't think so. What is it? Client connection state. Okay, so if we just got, let's see, it's not actually connected, it's when we first changed to validating. Actually, maybe I had it right first time, because if the phase is ever not connected, then we know the sync state is unknown, but we can still get the play phase and maze phase. It's just, yeah, I think this is okay. So I had it right the first time. Oh, except this should actually be connected, because I was hiding this state variable. Okay. Okay, so we only care about this message if we're in the get server phase state. So, yeah, I guess after we get the phase from the server, we can set this to connected, and then everything can go on as normal. Seeing if there's anything else. I think this is all good. Okay, so we might as well press play and see what happens now. Okay, so we got connection phase equals connected. Oh yeah, so it got the server phase. Okay, so yeah, this worked right. Okay, so one thing I want to do here is, on this server phase message, I want to make a better toString, so on our debug log, we can actually see what the message says. Type string. Okay, so let's see. Server phase. phase and the play phase. Okay, so now this should be a little easier to read. Okay, so yeah, it says server play phase, play, and then the play is on the choice actions calculation, which is what we expected. Okay, so now the reason that matters is because we know that if the server is in this choice actions calculation, then that means it's waiting for us to send it our action choices. Whereas if it was like ahead of us, then we need to actually get our action choices back, and that would happen if, for instance, we crashed and we're trying to reconnect to the game. So let's see, where would we check that? I guess it would go in this choice phase manager, really. Okay, so alright, so this sees what phase the turn is on, and if we're on the action choice, then it sets it to choose options. Otherwise, this is for end of turn effect calculations, which is for later on. Alright, so let's see. If we look at the diagram again. So we're on the choice phase. Oh right, I needed to update this a little bit. Okay, so the normal way, if we're still in sync with the server, we calculate, send our choices, ready check. Alright, and then we just request everything from the server. So all we have to do is, if we're not in phase, we skip to here. The confusing thing is though, for this execute, and I also need to do this timer, but we can do that after this. So if we're in an execute phase, then that means there's really nothing to calculate, so you kind of skip ahead. Try to figure out. I guess this would really I mean this is not how you're supposed to draw it, but really it would kind of hook up right there. Because even if we're not, like if the server is ahead of us, then we'd still have to show the animations. I'll clean this up later, but this would be, I don't know, the show animations. Oh, I guess actually this would just be execute actions. Yeah, because we don't need to do a ready check. We just have to go down to the end to see if there's been an error or not. So really, yeah, this arrow should go up here. Okay. And then the choice phase is a little bit more complicated because they also didn't take into effect AI, but it's really the same. then if we're in the middle of getting input, but then we see that the server is ahead of us, we need to like jump back out. Or maybe we just shouldn't ever start until we know that we're in phase. That would be kind of annoying though, because you'd be stuck not being able to do anything if you disconnect right at the beginning, but that shouldn't happen that often. Wait, so how do I want to do this then? Okay, so yeah, we'll have this. I'll just insert this check phase here, and that makes sure that the phase that we know we're synchronized with the server. And then once we know that, we can know whether, if the server is ahead, we need to skip all the way to request, otherwise we go through these. Okay. So, I need to insert a phase in here. So really it should be something, I don't know, like what should I call it? Connection, sync, enforcer. Sounds good to me. Oh, sorry, the radio is breaking up. My connection's fine, so I don't know what's going on there. Okay, so it'll work kind of like how I did the common ready check. Let's close some of this stuff. So I'll go ahead and copy all this. I'm trying to think what other phases would need to know they were in sync before they did anything. I guess sort of all of them really, they need to know they're connected at the very beginning. But well, I guess, yeah, I'm thinking too far ahead. Let's just do one at a time. Okay, so we need the choice, turn, and connection. Sure. And I'll just comment these out for now. Okay, we're not going to send any messages, so that's okay. We won't need these ever, actually. This would be so let's call it on ready, it's fine. Server phase enforced. Well, I'll call it connection sync enforced. Because really it's making sure that this connection manager is connected. So maybe I don't need another separate class for this really. Let's see. So all it would really do here is if So if we're in choice or in turn effects, let's comment this out for now. Then, so we need to get the private, another state machine for the connection phase. Components. And I guess we'll register. In fact, I'll just copy this over. Don't want to rename, I want to generate. Oh, there it is. Okay, so really all we have to do here is if the choice phase equals wait, or whatever I called it, state equals int choice subphase. Let's actually call this wait connected. Connection phase equals int connected. Then we know we're good to go. So let's say void start choosing. And I can copy this over here. So that's good. And the reason, yeah, we don't really care if we disconnect while we're choosing because we already know the server was connected, so. Okay, so what I need to do here, let's start choosing. So basically, if the connection phase is not connected at this point, then we need to wait. So we call choice phase state equals subphase wait connected. Otherwise we call it start choosing. And I think this might be unique to the choice phase because in every other one it doesn't really matter. If we're synchronized right at the beginning, because it doesn't have this branching part. Well, actually they kind of all do because yeah, because if we're not in phase, then they need to skip ahead. Okay, well. So. Okay, so that's interesting. Well, we'll cross that bridge when I get to it. Well, I mean, all it really does is just make sure it's connected at the beginning. So I'm trying to think, is there a better way I can do it to make it like work for all these managers? I'm not so sure. Well, I guess there's only 4, so. Okay, so anyway, also, right, we skip ahead if the server state is ahead of us, so yeah, the server state is behind us and something's gone terribly wrong, which we need to like I'm not even sure how that could happen. Yeah, because the only way that the server could get behind us is if the server crashed and reloaded the lobby, but they wouldn't have been able to do that without us first joining, so yeah, I'm not even gonna worry about that. So, let's see, we will need the server state after all. I wonder if there's a better way to do this so that every class doesn't have to have a reference to the server face synchronizer. Well, I guess there might be, but I guess the question is would that really be easier to do? So yeah, I guess I'll just try it in this class and we'll see how everything goes. Close controller components. Oh yeah, it's actually in the game. So controller, game, components, get, server, phase sync. It's a global component. Okay. And so basically if the turn phase is choice, if server phase play phase equals it's choice actions calculation. Else, actually maybe we should switch. Do a switch here. Hey Ricardo, that's a first. I'm doing pretty good. How are you? Good to see you here a little early. And not that else, that's confusing it. So calculation, then we go there. If it's check, let's see, we skip all the way ahead to request all actions. Oh, that's spelled wrong. Just tired, yeah, I bet. Is that correct? So I did this part if in phase. Okay, so actually I need to say default instead of looking for a specific one. Because if it's any other phase ahead of us, then we would skipped on there. Okay, so I guess I'll do the same for here, because I'm pretty sure it'll work the same way. Except this is end of turn effects calculation. Skip there. I guess maybe I should move this out, because I mean this is the only difference between them. Let's see. Control, undo that. So end of turn effect calc. And then we would do this right here. Okay, and now I can take this out. Okay. Stay quiet for 10 seconds, alright? Okay, I hope that was long enough. Just feel free to mute for a sec too if you need to. Start choosing. Okay. So when this is done, we get this actions chosen. Okay, and this is all good. We just go submit choices, and then this, whatever handles this, just waits until it's connected. Alright, Storm, good to hear. And then it requests everything again. So I don't think I have to change anything here. Let's see. The only thing is that if after check we'd skip this ready check if the server's ahead of us. Which I think is right here on this fetched. I guess we should see. So it just goes right from request to error, but when does it actually do the checking, I wonder? I guess it'd be at the end of request all. Oops, didn't want to open that up. Okay, so choice get actions. Okay, on server response send. Trying to figure out where it actually does the cheat detection. Or maybe I haven't handled that yet. Oops, wrong. Well, let's see. Cheat detection at choice phase manager on list fest. Oh, okay, so the choice phase manager is supposed to handle it. I guess that's okay. Yeah, I guess it would. Well, it might take a few frames. Yeah, it's probably safer to put another phase in here. So this would be, change this to final check. It's not going to be an error check anymore, and this will be okay, and I think this submit choices. Oh right, this was that other class I was doing, but I'm not going to need it actually. Where is this? Get actions. Oh no, it's a common ready check, okay. Oh yeah, so this just does the ready check. Oh, okay, so this is what I was looking for, the choice finalizer. It also, like both of these before they start sending their message, need to make sure that we're connected. And then if we just get connected and we're in phase, then it needs to send this message again. Right, but I guess I should play the game and make sure we even get to that point. Oh, but we will have a problem because the second monster can't move anywhere. So let's add a little place for it to move real quick. What is this? We'll just have one hexagon adjacent. So if I move here, and then there, then we got past submit choices. And now it's sending ready checks to the server. Okay, so that's good. So we'll need the connection manager here. Oh yeah, right here, that's where it was. I wanted to copy this, this over. Let's make another function. Chicken. Extract method. Let's check. Send message. So we just got to be in the right choice phase, and the connection phase has to be correct as well. I think that's it. Okay. And then, oh yeah, I gotta update here the ready check manager. It needs to do the same thing. So let's copy this over again. Oh, we already have it. Oops, what did I just do? I'll just shorten this. So does this actually use anything? Okay, so it makes sure that it's connected. There's a couple more ready checks, actually. I think I can clean this up as well. So for on choice, okay, and then I guess I should do another switch. Switch, choice. Okay, let's. Kind of like the end of turn effects and the choice are basically the same, except they have different ready check types. Private, void, choose, choice, type. Okay, and then it has. Calc and then check. So first ready check is during the submit choices, and then we return calc. Right. And I wanted to change this into a switch. Submit choices. Otherwise, if it's final check, we return this. Anything else, we return 0. Okay. So return, choose choice type, play choice actions calc, and then play actions check. And then we do the opposite down here for the end of turn choices. Well, I guess it's not the opposite, it's just the end of turn effects instead of choice. Okay. I will need to do this for all these, but I'll wait. Okay, so that's just to get the ready check type. We also need to wait. Yeah, so we shouldn't worry about the connected status right then, I think. So is in phase is get OC type, and connection phase state equals is connected. Okay. So the only other thing it needs to do. Okay, no, that's all I have to do. Alright, Ricardo, I'll try to remember. Okay, so is that, I think that's it. So let's see, if we're not connected, then this would return false. And then when we get reconnected, it, like the server phase, or the game phase would not change, so when we get reconnected, this would become active and then it would start sending messages. We don't need this anymore. That was for, what is, oh, I selected everything. That was for the initialize ready check, but we don't even have that anymore. Okay. So let's see how far the game gets now. Oh, I think it still won't go very far because the server needs to do something. And also choice phase manager after it gets all ready. Then it needs to update the server phase to choice actions check. Alright, so that's good, and then we should do the same thing in the flow manager actually. So it doesn't have the server state. Okay, well, we'll wait. No, I shouldn't. I'll just get this right now. Don't fall asleep, Ricardo. Unless you want to go to bed. I mean, I'm not gonna stop you. And then, I guess we'll get the server phase here. And right here. If server phase, oh no, we shouldn't mess with anything here actually. Okay, so then once we're done here, set the play phase to choice ordering calculations. And this is end of turn ordering calculations. Do I need to do that there? Maybe just the choice phase manager does it. No, because we kind of, we need to know what it is, so. I guess like right here, because we know that it's, oh no, that's not how it should work. So kind of we need a function to only advance the phase, I think. That would make a lot of this easier. So that way, if like the server phase behind us, we've moved on fine. So then we can keep on advancing it. So let's see. So public void advance play phase. And then we want server new phase. Okay, so if I think luckily, yeah, we put them in order here, so we can just do this easy way. So if int new phase is greater than int play phase, then we can just call that. Otherwise we don't do anything. And the reason we do that is because, for instance, or I did it right here, if the phase is ahead of us, we don't want to just set it back here. Of course, the only exception is if the current play phase is the last one, which is, what is it? So I should make sure. I think it's status check. Yeah. And then the new phase is the first one, which is choice actions calculation, and that means that we're cycling back around, so we'll allow that. Okay, so that makes things easier. Oh, and also, yeah, we care if we're on end of turn or not. So let's see. Still with me, Storm? Let's make a helper function. Private bool is choice. And then we return. Okay, let's do it this way. Oh, called right on time. Alright, good. No, I want the turn phase actually. So, right, choice, then we turn true. Okay, then the turn effect, so we turn false, and then any other time we'll throw an error. Choice that, otherwise it's the end of turn effects. Check. And we'll do the same thing here. so one thing I notice here is that I don't take into effect the difference between the choice and the end of turn actions. Let's see, so should I do this? Bool head equals. I should actually do it true. So if it's choice options calculation, then this needs to be option. So if ahead, then we would skip down to here. Maybe it'd be easier if I do if. And then look at the turn phase. Okay, so if S phase equals choice actions calc and turn phase equals choice. Okay, so that means we're not ahead. Yeah, right on, okay. Else, do the same thing here, except we'll look for end of turn effects. And end of turn effect calc. Okay, this is a little cleaner, I think. Oh, except I also need to set. Why is this giving me an error here? Says I need to. It's expecting a semicolon, but where? Not sure. Oh, this needs to be else if. Okay, there we go. Alright, daily wake up call. Or not daily, about every 10-minute wake up call. Let's see. Okay, so let's see how far the game gets now. I think I've done enough. And then we'll move there and there. So now it's on. Oh yeah, so it's submitted. Got the ready check back. Choice actions check. Okay. Yeah, so the server advanced. Oh, but it didn't send it anything back to us? That's weird. I guess I haven't maybe updated all this yet. Yeah, so first we should accept actions. So when would we'd only want to update these, yeah, right when we're on these phases. So I think this already works fine, but let me just read through it real quick. Signal. Is this actually is on disconnection? It's not called anymore. So I think what I need to do is connections on change, subscribe, new, simple listener. Uh-oh, Ricardo, you didn't answer me. Did you fall asleep? Okay, so on connection change. Okay, and really all we have to do is for each. Oh, we can't do that. For int I equals 0, I less than connections, number of clients, if connections get client I dot is connected, or if not, okay, so right now we actually store by connection ID. We should store by client ID, that'd be better. Okay, still there. Alright, good. Or, wait, this isn't right anymore. Yeah, I think we'd only remove if they disconnected while we're in phase, so let's see that. Okay, so this is easy. If wanted RC type does not equal 0. Okay, that's all we have to do there. Yeah, because if we're not expecting any messages, then if they disconnect, we just remember their previous one. But I need to change this to cons get client for connection. So actually we go something like this. And then we also send the client ID and not the connection ID. On ready signal. We need to do the same thing down here. Okay, so combine the actions, and I'll probably change how this works. Because I think instead of combining actions into one list, we'll actually just keep them all separate and send them all back. Okay, so, oh yeah, because we don't send this back. Why did I do that, I wonder? Oh, because server send message all I deleted, so... I'm going to print a little message here so I remember. Unity engine. No, why don't we just do it now? Why not? Okay, so got the action list message. I have this unordered one, but I guess I'll just reuse it. So this is action. I guess all received actions message. now we have this separate actionless message, which I guess is fine, but we'd actually want like an array, because we'd have we just keep one for each player. And then I had this random seed. I was thinking too far ahead there. I'm not sure exactly how that will work yet, so I'll wait. Guess this is actually easier now. Action, list, message, array equals new. And it'd be connections num clients, and then for 0i less than array length, so ri just equals messages I. Actually, we have this play provide actions manager. What is it? Oh, okay, so we just have this combined actions. Okay, that works, I guess. Oh, okay, so we just build the message here and then we just send it out whenever needed. I see. Okay, we don't need this part. Yeah, so combine and then clear. Okay. Alright, and then display provide actions. Do I need to change anything here? Alright, so the server play phase will actually accept a lot more states now. Anything greater than server play phase. Okay, so let's take a look. We won't accept on calculation and not here. So basically anything, any other phase. Except we need to, now that I think about it, we have to keep two separate lists. One for the choice and one for the end of turn effects. Not that that's that difficult, it's just different than how we do it now. How do I want to handle this? I guess we could just have a message that we get a boolean saying we either want end of turn or the choice. Let's look here. So yeah, because we'll get the choices and then the sortings. Yeah, okay. So let's create a simple little class for that. Let's go simple. And again, we have to inherit from message base. You still there, Storm? Okay, so public bool. Okay, so I guess we should do an enumeration actually. end of turn effect. And that's all there. Okay, so now we have maybe it'd be easier if we had one big object on the server that just stored all turn information we've received so far. Okay, so we'd have the all received actions message, choice, calc. I guess it'd just be choices, and end of turn effect actions. Okay, and then let's make a static creator. That's what I want to do. That'd be circular, not good. Alright. And so this provide actions, instead of just having this one, it would get to the message cache. Let's see, we get rid of some of this stuff now. Both of those, that. Okay, and then all we have to do here. Okay, so if the phase is less, okay, yeah, so if this is greater than choice actions calculation, then we would accept requests. Do we have two separate messages? We probably do, so I didn't need to even make this. That one, yeah, we have a separate. Oh, no, we don't, okay. I was gonna say we have a separate message key for the end of turn effect, effects, but. Okay, let's get confused. Okay, so private void send message, and then we'd have the, well, we don't really care what type it is here. Alright, and it's not liking. Okay, so what we need to do here actually is if so we need to see if we want the choice actions or the end of turn actions, so we need to read this choice or end of turn effects message. Okay, so if message, or I guess we can switch here. Finally, if we get to that point, do this. Okay, so I can, oop, forgot the U. Clean up this code so it'll stop complaining to me about it. I need to hit break there. Alright, I do need this, have the connection ID. so send message, connection ID, and we have the message cache. Okay, so there we go. That was a lot of work for something pretty simple, but okay. So now the choice is end of turn effect, and then end of turn effect actions. Okay, so now we support both types. Oh, except no, this is correct. Any phase after the end of turn effects have been calculated. And this works out really nice actually because it'll automatically stop accepting those messages once the turn cycles back. You don't have to worry about clearing it or anything. Alright, and here we have this combined actions that I'll change to this message cache. That up. Yeah, this is what I was looking for. Okay, so that's good. Yeah, we don't need to send dot value. Except one thing. Sorry, when do we... Okay, so we switched the state afterwards, so that makes this easy. Message equals new. Actions equals array. Alright, this needs to be a comma, not a semicolon. Let's forget that. I guess we will need to send this after all. And the reason because that tells us where to store this in the message cache. Turn effect actions. Okay, so now I think the server will take us all the way through here. Let's press play and see. Okay, so there's gonna be some errors, I think. Get actions from server. Okay, I'll fix this in a second. Play accept orderings, right? Okay, yeah, these are going to be... Yeah, I deleted these keys because we're just going to have it all in the message cache, but it's going to complain to me about it for now. We'll fix all these when the time comes. Okay. So move here and here. Okay, so submit choices. Let's see, where is this on the server? Play accept actions. Final actions at 102. Where is it? Got too many things up here. Oh, I see. Well, it's because player number 1, which is really the second player, is an AI, and so they didn't send us a message. That's okay. The server doesn't need to deal with that. So we just need to say if clients or cons dot get client I dot, what is this? None, which means it's an AI at this point. Okay, so it actually be not none. Assertion failed. Let's see what that is. Oh, I did this backwards. It should be debug assert state does not equal unknown. How you doing, Storm? Okay, so now it's stuck on request turn actions. Oh, and I think the reason is because we sent an empty message. Let's see where we get that. Choice, get actions from server. Okay. So private void. Oh no, this is right. I was trying to do the part where we send the message, which is here. See, right now we send an empty message, but we actually need to send something else. But first, so right now it's does not check to make sure it's connected, so we need to update that. Well, we still got plenty of time. This stream has gone by a bit slower than I thought. That's fine, still have plenty to do. Alright, so we get the connection phase. So I guess we can really just call this fresh phase. Okay, and so it's active if the choice state is request all actions, and the connection phase is connection acts type. Oh, that's okay. I thought I'd mistyped something. That's a Unity thing. Okay, so yeah, for connected. Okay, so that's all good. Send a new voice or end a turn effects message. I guess we should figure that out beforehand. Now I need to know that. Okay, I already have the turn phase, thankfully. Let's do it this way. Okay, so if we're in the choice, then the type is choice, obviously. else. The type is end of turn effects. We pass it along right here. And now I think we'll get what we need from the server. Okay, so fetched. So right now it's just a single action list. How do I want to store it? Could just store the actual received actions message. I think I should translate it here. Or maybe not, that would be the job of the error checker whenever we get to that. Okay, so action list unordered. I guess this is fine. This would be like a combined all actions because like they're ready. Yeah, the error checker has to combine actions from multiple players and things like that. Okay, so I think that's what I'll do. So it's all received actions message. Now let's generate a new type like that. Okay. So now on the choice manager, I can get rid of that. So submit choices, I request. Yeah, so I thought we'd do cheat detection here, but what I'll actually do is we'll have a separate error check. I think that's what I do for the ordering. Or if I don't, that's what I should do anyway. Okay, so now we'll have all actions error checker. Public. And we'll have the play subcontroller. So I thought I did this, but I had the status cheat detection, that's what I'm thinking of. Okay, so it just does it right in the part where it receives the message. But I don't think that's a good idea, because if we receive the message and get disconnected, we might get make it a little confusing, because there's nothing. Well, I guess for a status it's fine, but it might take more than one frame to check the all actions, because we have to make sure that the mods Mods might take a while. So I guess I don't have any separate error checker. What does the ordering do it? Okay, it just does it right here as well. Okay, so I'll have to go fix all those, but I was hoping I could just copy and paste something because this is going to be kind of simple. Okay, so we'll need this. And we'll also need the choice phase. I don't know if we'll need the turn phase or not. I guess we'll need a message to let the game know we're done. And then we'll also need the error. How did I do that? Where is it? Choice. Okay, so it's a subscribable pool. Okay, so we can get the choice phase here. And the error. And then also need to subscribe to the choice phase. We'll do that in a second. I can do this right here. What else do I need? I need a message. Check complete. Close controller components. Get or register. And play components. Actions. Check complete. Thing, why did I write that? Is we need this fetched, which I can get from here. Oh, here you have it. Okay. And the last thing I have to do is if choice phase equals choice. If we're in the error check phase, then we need to start working. So we can set error value to false and check. Okay, and in the future it might take more than one frame, but I don't think it will. Well, actually, yeah, so that we won't get any errors, we will need to go ahead and make sure it takes at least one frame. Just be a normal priority, and all we have to do is this right here. For this call on check complete. I guess we'll need the ticking janitor now to help us. New controller game and this. Okay, I'll just call refresh phase down here. Do this true. Otherwise. So now we're in this phase. This game will start calling the tick for us. Okay, so check for error. Well, right now it would need to somehow make sure that everything is good, and then I guess we'll go ahead and translate to the action list. Oh, so I want the message. Oh right, it's in the data. And this will be the unordered actions. Those controller components, get or register. So we'll somehow merge all of the action lists together, which in the final game will be kind of complicated, but in this game we can just add everything. I mean, at this point we can just add everything together. So unordered. Okay. So for each list in fetched value actions, let's change this from fetch, let's change it to, I don't know, message. First, let's make a new action list. Okay, there we go. That's not how you spell actions. And then actions equals new. Okay, so actions, add range. List dot to action list. Oh, I wouldn't do that. Oh right, we have to say that. So kind of lazy here, but it will do for now. And then on the play subphase or subcontroller, let's go ahead and create this new object. Checker, and it should take care of it for us. Oh, one other thing we have to do, the choice phase manager, we now need to watch out. So I have this on error check complete. Oh, that's something else. Oh, wait. Yeah, it's actually something different. I'm actually going to delete it. Okay, so what I do here, this will be, what did I call it? All action, yeah, okay, actions check complete. So now if it's final error check, so for error value, then we would exit out. Otherwise, we actually will go to final check. And then there's going to be the last thing, which is another error check, or another ready check, I mean. So we should change this to on ready check. And we need to switch here. So choice subphase state and if we're in the submit choices, we do this part. If we're in the final check, we do this part, which I guess we advance the server phase again. Oh, we have to break. So it would change to choice ordering check. Oh, maybe we shouldn't worry about it here, because we don't know. Well, this is not supposed to know what happens outside the choice phase, so yeah, now we're inactive because it's complete. Okay, so does the ready check manager handle that for us? Okay, I think it does. Final checks right there. Okay, so now I just need to fix this error check manager. This is going to be pretty much completely different. Because before, the error check was kind of like a separate kind of ready check. But now how I'm going to do it is just, we would just send this message to the server when we have an error, and then it just broadcasts to everyone. So yeah, it's not going to work the same. So we have this error status message. You can still have these types, but don't need this anymore because there's always going to be an error if we send this. Types, it's really all the same types as the ready check, I think. Well, at least for play. In fact, I wonder if we should just use the ready check type. Well, no, because there could be differences. This is we're gonna have to clean up a lot, but I think it will be okay. So this error check manager, it doesn't, well, we'll still need all this stuff, because really what I'm going to do is, if someone sets the subscribable to true, then we'll send the error to the server. I guess we need to figure out how we'll handle errors. According to this, oh yeah, I need to do this time up. I should not forget it. But according to this, if we get an error, we just leave right away. But I think how we'd actually do it is we'd pop up a dialog and say the game has encountered an error. Do you want to quit? Well, it'll make you can't do anything, and so you'll have to quit eventually. But so yeah, we don't need to repeat anymore, because we just send one error and then that's it. Okay, and there's no ready anymore. Do need to subscribe to this. Equal, oh wait. Subscribe on error set. Oh. New simple center. just throw away the actual value that we get. So we don't need, yeah, we actually don't need to refresh the phase anymore. Okay, so we'll have a flag here, private bool. Oh, I guess that's not needed. I was gonna say we might need a flag so that when we set the error to true, we don't. Oh, actually, we will need one. I was confused. Private bool. Set error. So basically, if not set error and error dot value, then we'd send message. And in here we call set error to true. And then let's see. Client sent message, error status message. We just send a type. Okay, that's simple. Okay, so yeah, we got a lot here. Let's comment it out for now. So I can think. And on already, okay, so this doesn't even exist anymore. Kind of, actually. It's going to be changed to on error received. So we get the error message, net message, read. Okay, so if message does not equal null, and it's going to send us back the type, but I don't know if we actually care that much at this point. So now we just set value to true. And then we would also set the set error to true so that, again, we won't send this back to the server, there's no reason to. And then somewhere like, I don't know, let's say the match phase should probably have an error phase. And then the flow manager. So controller components, get or register, subscribable boolean, play components, error status, and then subscribe new simple listener. Okay, so on error. If we get an error, well, we won't do anything right now, but we would exit out of the game eventually. Okay, so if error, then we set the match phase to int match phase error, and then I'll just say Unity engine debug log. Okay. So actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I guess it's still fine, but yeah, because right here we don't need to set that to false, and we check for the error, but I don't know. We don't really need to, because if we set error to true, this turn phase would not still be like that. So I can delete it, that way we won't have to have that error variable anymore in here. Okay. And if we do have an error, we can, our problem, we can just make sure that we're still in the right match phase as well. Okay, so obviously the game won't work completely fine right now, but let's just see how far we get. Oh. Yeah, I forgot to do the server side. Oh, and everything else, yeah. Let's just comment this out. I'd like to run it one time before we quit the game, or quit the stream. Yeah, this is all different. That's different now. Okay, so let's see what happens. Okay, so we get an error. Play request turn actions. Write actionless message none. Where did this happen? Jeez. Play choice, get actions from server. Alright, Ricardo. Hope to see you tomorrow. Have a good night. Thank you. Okay, so repeat it. Message helper set active. So get actions from server at 53. Oh, where is it? Doesn't like this. How come? Oh, maybe it's because the server. That's okay. So generate network code, blah blah blah. On received actions message. Okay, so it's actually back. It's okay, so I think the problem is that the array is null, maybe? I don't know. I guess I'll have to figure it out tomorrow because I've got to get going. But yeah, thanks everybody for stopping by. I got quite a bit of work done, so pretty happy with progress. Yeah, I think Thursday we'll continue with this, but I think Friday I might do something a little different, so I'll talk about it more tomorrow. And but I'll be back live tomorrow at 5 Eastern, so feel free to subscribe to be notified. And I hope to see you there. Have a good day or night. Bye-bye.